Monica here. So it is Wednesday and I am doing another quick meal for you guys. Tonight I'm going to show you guys how I make chicken kisses, and I know that sounds like crazy, like chicken kisses. Yeah, not to be confused with Hershey kisses or butterfly kisses. So anyways, it is a real quick recipe, and you can even make it a lot quicker than what I'm going to make it tonight with buying rotisserie chicken, or if you are one of these people that like to prepare meals ahead of time, you can go ahead and boil the chicken and freeze it, and then, you know, if you know you're going to make this meal, go ahead and pop it out of the freezer and, you know, let it thaw and everything, and it's real easy that way as well. So if you guys would like to see how to make this recipe, then keep watching. Okay, for the recipe, you are going to need a can of mixed vegetable melody. You are going to need a jar of classic chicken gravy. You're going to need 1 to 2 cans, depending on how much you are making as usual, of flaky butter croissant rolls. You're going to need 1 packet of cream cheese, 1/2 of an onion, and of course some chicken. You can use chicken breast or chicken tenders, as I am using here. Okay, first thing is first. You're going to go ahead and boil your chicken. Now, if you have no time and you, or like me, sometimes you just don't know what you're going to make for dinner, you can stop by the store and buy a rotisserie chicken and just shred that up. That will work just as great. So, I have, let's see, 2, 4, 6 pieces of chicken in here. You'll probably, if you're using breast, probably need about 4 large chicken breasts. So I'm just using, like I said, 6 of these tenders, which should be fine for the amount that I'm making it, because the kids don't eat that much anyways. So we're just going to let these boil. As far as seasonings go, I put some salt, pepper, onion powder, and some garlic powder. So it's just to kind of season up a little bit as it cooks. If you don't want any of those in there, then of course do not put those in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and let my chicken cook, and then when it is all done, then we'll come back. Okay, so during the time that my chicken is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and dice up our onion. So we just want to cut these as small as possible. You don't want big chunks of onion in there, unless you're really going for that, but I try to cut it up as small as possible. I like to do a lot of my prep work while things are cooking, like my meat. It kind of just keeps me busy, and it just kind of works out smoother that way. Some people like to do it beforehand and have everything lined up and ready to go. Every now and then I do that, but most of the time I don't, to be honest. I just do stuff in between. So, just cutting this up. I used 1/2 an onion. You can use a purple onion, yellow onion, whichever you prefer. Totally up to you. If you're not real big on the vegetable part, you can totally leave out the vegetable melody as well. But like I've said in all of my videos, I try to incorporate vegetables. Not only for the kids, but for me. I have endometriosis and I have a lot of health issues. So vegetables are really important to me, and also to my husband, because of where he works and the things that he works around. So we try to stay about as healthy as most people. I mean, we're not like, you know, health nuts, but we try to stay healthy in a lot of ways. Alright, so that looks pretty good right there. Excuse my jacked up nails. I really need to paint them, but during the time that I should have painted them, I was washing my car. So, now that that is done, I'm going to go ahead and scoot that up. I'm going to go ahead and get my cream cheese out of the box here and just kind of let that sit. I did sit this out so it could get to room temperature to be easier to mash around. I'm going to go ahead and open my can and drain the juice off of our vegetable melody, and then I'm just going to wait for the chicken to do its thing, and then we'll get back to you with that. Okay, so the chicken is done. I have already shredded it up. You can shred it, dice it, it doesn't matter. So I've already shredded it up and put it in the bowl here. So I'm going to go ahead and open my package of softened cream cheese. Now, don't get antsy and just start throwing everything in the bowl. So I have done that a couple of times, and it turned out pretty bad, actually. So Anyways, what you want to do is put in your cream cheese first. So go ahead and clear your package off. And you guys know how I am about scraping stuff, so it might take you a minute. But you know, with cooking, you shouldn't be rushed. And sometimes I get rushed because I have little kids and, you know, they're like, when's dinner? And then they're, you know, underfoot and they're bugging me. And then when I make it, then they're like, I'm not hungry. So anyways, put it in there. Use a fork for this or like a wooden spoon. You're going to kind of mash the chicken into the cream cheese. Now, what I was saying, don't get ahead of yourself and throw in your vegetable melody, is because you will end up with your mashed green beans and carrots and all of that mashed in, and it just won't look good. I mean, it might taste the same, but it just won't look good. So the onion is in the bowl as well with the cream cheese and the chicken. So the onion is not going to mash like, you know, the vegetables and stuff would, so don't worry about that. Just kind of incorporate everything till it's all nice and worked in and smooth, and your chicken is covered with the cream cheese, just like I'm doing here. I prefer to use a fork just so it kind of mashes everything in and gets in between everything, just like so. I know you guys cannot see in the bowl, but you guys get the picture. You know what I'm doing. So, alright, I'm just giving it a good mix. Looks like all the chicken and onion is coated and worked in. So now that everything is coated, I've already drained my can of vegetables, so now I'm just going to dump it in there, just like so. And now I'm just going to stir it. I'm not going to mash it, we're just going to stir. So, just like so. Get your chicken and all your stuff kind of covered and semi-mixed together. It may not stick as much, but just kind of work it in together without mashing it and making it mush. So I'm going to keep doing that, and then once we've done that, then I'll bring you up closer and show you what we're going to do with the crescent rolls. Alright, so you're going to need a pan, obviously. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and crack open our can of crescent rolls. I have my oven set at 360. I hate when it pops. And that's not going to do it. I really had a horrible face. There we go. Oh, okay. So, get those out of there. Alright. Kind of roll them out. And hopefully none of them tear off, kind of like that one. That's okay if they tear off though. I mean, you can mash them back together pretty easily. Don't worry about that. Alright. So you want to try to keep two of them together like so. Go ahead and try to mash the pieces together. That, you know how they have the little pieces where you can rip them off easier to roll them up. Go ahead and mash those together, just so none of your filling or anything falls through the cracks. There we go. Just kind of stretch them out a little bit. Whoop. Alright. Okay, once all of your parts are put together, it's unrolled, what you're going to do now is go ahead and take a spoonful, or in my case a forkful, of the mixture, put it in the middle, like so. Just kind of eyeball it. You'll know if it looks too full or not full enough. So, what I'm going to do now is just pull the sides up and pinch them. So we're just trying to pull all the sides up to cover up the chicken, cream, cheese, vegetable, onion, blah, blah, blah mixture. So anyways, that's all we're doing and making like little bundles, kind of. So, easy as that. Go ahead and set that there. Go ahead and do another one to show you guys. Go. Just pull up the sides. And then once you do throw this in the oven, you can take your gravy, throw that in a pot, and go ahead and get that warmed up. Alright, that little bundle is done. We'll go ahead and finish these. I am making a side of potatoes, mashed potatoes, to go with this. just because I have a feeling that I'm not going to need all of that gravy for these. So it would just be, well, nice to have some potatoes to put that gravy on. So, yeah. I just don't like to waste stuff, and I don't know, I just have a feeling I won't need all of that gravy for these. So, alright. Go ahead and kind of set these together. Be careful moving these around. And it's okay if you put too much in there and there's like a spot left open at the top. Oops. That's totally fine. Don't worry about that. Just don't over pack it where it's just like leaking all out and burning. I have my oven set on, 360. You can put it on 350. You're going to cook these pretty much until the crescent roll is done. So probably about 15-20 minutes or so. So, alright. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and open my other can and make the rest of them and pop them in the oven. Alright, so I just put some gravy on the top and it's just kind of running over the sides, oozing off. So, it looks pretty good. And like I said, I just paired it with a side of potatoes. I made these like a Parmesan type of potatoes. So, that's all I'm going to have with it because my vegetables are already in my little chicken kiss. Okay guys, that is it. Really easy, simple as always, and delicious. And if you do not like the name Chicken Kisses, you can change it to chicken bundles or upside down chicken pot pie. I mean, totally optional. But anyways, thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you for watching, and thank you for all the lovely comments. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!